Hey all, wanted to do a recap video. We're going to cram January and February into the same video. I'm going to try to get through it in a reasonable time here. January, we did a retreat. Kind of the beginning of each year for the past handful of years, we've always started out with a retreat. Um, and it was awesome. We had about 15, 16 guys. We all went down to kind of southern Maine. We had a property down there we could use and told guys to come on out after work on a Friday. It was gonna be 2 nights away altogether, and so guys started to show up on Friday night. We all started to cook dinner together, which is kind of part of the fun. This property we were able to use as a kitchen. So part of the fun is just cooking meals together and hanging out, right? So we had guys on the griddle chopping veggies, doing everything, kind of chatting, and the buzz in the room getting louder as guys are just excited to see each other and hang out for a while. And so that was kind of how guys entered in. And then throughout the weekend, we planned on doing like a four part like Bible study and kind of discussion time. We invited a gentleman to come in and kind of lead that. So we had kind of a 4 part series that built on itself as far as kind of how we're designed as men, and kind of four pillars, if you will, as far as key attributes of a healthy, vibrant relationship with the Lord. So we had dinner together, and then we jumped into the first study discussion time that evening, and then wrap that up. And then it was time to put all the tables aside and cram 15 dudes in the same room on cots, which was, everyone said, hey, we slept good enough was kind of the consensus. Not great, not terrible, but what do you imagine for sleeping on cots? But so yeah, we crammed everyone in there, lights out, and then we were able to wake up the next day and had breakfast again. Some guys cooked breakfast, do a big meal. Kind of did session 2, and then kind of went on a big long hike in the woods. We abutted some preserve property, so we kind of got lost in the woods, packed lunch, and just got lost in winter wonderland. That was the Maine woods. Ate lunch on kind of a top of a hillside. Came back just in time for checking some pork butts that we had smoking for us for dinner. Check those, and guys kind of refueled with some coffee, and then we did a fun fire starting competition. We broke guys up into teams. For me, it was very enjoyable because I got to watch and referee the whole thing. But we had guys broken into 4 teams. They all got the same cheesy fire starter, and I said, "All right, gentlemen, we're all going to start at the same time. First one to burn through the rope wins." So we sent them off on their way, and it was a fury of guys going off and breaking twigs and trying to get bark and various materials to start on fire with a little flint and fire starter. So eventually, one team took it quite handedly, but it was entertaining. Guys had a lot of fun, and then we enjoyed some great smoked meat that night and some good eating, and then did session 3. Everyone crashed out again, woke up in the morning, kind of same deal, did breakfast, hung out. Last session, session 4, kind of cleaned up the property, kind of said our goodbyes, and some guys hung out to enjoy the property a bit more. I know the guys just left to scoot home, but it was a good time. Guys really felt like um, there's a lot the guys got, both as far as just hanging out and having fun and laughing. But then for a lot of guys, the content from the time in the Word together, they were pretty deep sessions. We spent usually about an hour and a half, 2 hours each session, and you could tell guys were taking in a lot of good information. It was hitting home with a lot of things. So guys are still kind of talking about the retreat, which is good. A couple months after, that's still a highlight for them. So that was the retreat. It was pretty awesome. And then we had February's project. February is always an interesting month to try to do projects in Maine because it's cold and snowy. So we did our best to try to find a project through our applications that would keep most guys inside at least. So we found a homeowner in Bridgeton who was helping house her daughter and then her grandson as well, all in the same very modest small home. And there's a variety of things going on there that we were able to jump in and help with. They had, a front entry stairway landing that was quite dangerous. Surprising was making up it okay. That was all rotted out. They had some electrical issues. They had a front door that was pretty drafty and kind of beat up and broken, and couple other doors in the place, and then just some other things we were able to help with as far as just some new lighting in their kitchen, doing some drywall on the ceiling. The ceiling was kind of falling down, and in another room, so I was able to take care of some of that for them. So we got quite a bit done for them, which is great. Tricky part was we had, I think, like 22 or 23 guys sign up for February. This is a very small home, so we took um, we took a handful of guys and actually broke them off to Lyman, to a gentleman's shop that we, as part of one of our core volunteers, one of our Minutemen, and we had them work on outfitting the inside of our new trailer that we bought in the fall of this past year. So we have the trailer, we've had it, we got it all lettered up, looks sharp, but we need to outfit the inside so we can actually use it. So we had a team of guys working there, so they stayed nice and warm, toasty. They got a lot done, which is great. We need that up and rolling here soon. And then we had the rest of the guys up at Bridgeton working there, but it was quite interesting just because there's a lot of snow everywhere. I had to dig out for the trailer. There's like zero parking where we had to logistically figure that out as far as you getting cars off the road, and then trying to work in areas, trying to shovel out areas just to get your saw horses up and material in another spot and saws in other areas. So everyone rolled the punches really well. It was a small area with a lot of snow and a lot of congestion, all trying to work in the same area. So it was pretty comical at times, but we were able to work well to get it all done. And again, that's part of the deal for us, right? I mean, we were able to help the homeowners, which is awesome. We love to do that. They were very thankful. But it's also just a chance for guys to do something worth doing together and laugh about it on the way and bond and talk. And so it was great. We had a couple new faces there, so they got a taste of it, and a couple other gentlemen who've been before, but we don't see them once or twice. It was good to see them back again in the new year here. So it was great. It was an interesting project just logistically. The homeowners were great. The volunteers were great. Just logistically, it was a little bit of a nightmare, but guys were able to buckle down and make it happen. So that was January and February, and we'll be back at it in March again. But it just it's neat to continue to see again and again that what we're doing is impacting men. January, there's a lot of men that walked away with a lot to think about, and it was awesome. And even in February, seeing some new faces, some new guys, where again the thought process of you pull guys out of their normal rut in life, and you get them in front of doing something worth doing with some good guys, and it changes them. So we are continuing to try to push for a second team this year. The fundraising is really the big gap for us. We got plenty of applications, plenty of men coming out for our projects. We really just need the resources to launch that second team. So if you're not already giving, please consider giving, partnering with us. We really want to try to build our community beyond just the men who show up to our projects, but really this kind of larger, greater team that really helps make this whole thing hum, which includes you guys that help support us financially. So thanks for watching. We'll be back in March with another update.